Okay, now I feel bad because I totally went off on him being a goat and like everybody being cool with that. Apparently, I was wrong.
You're not just wrong, you're stupid. Now wait just a minute. And you're ugly, just like your mum.
Walk with me throughout the sands of time. Love me through the dark desert night. Hold me close, be my partner in crime. Love like glue, the bound water tide.
I just need to know that you're gonna be ride or die. If kingdoms turned into dust, would you still be my ally? If life wrapped its hands around my neck, bow tie, would you still love me? Just let me know if.
What up, Pride? It's your boy Amari, back again with another reaction video. Today we're getting to Wicked Part 3, or Part 3 of my Wicked reaction. I've enjoyed this a lot so far. It's just continually been getting better. The rants have been getting longer. It's just been a good time all around. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it as well. Thank you so much for continuing through this process with me. I don't know how many songs are going to be in this part. I never know how many songs are going to be in the part. I just click and watch. So hopefully we have some good songs. The last video had an incredible song. So my expectations keep going up. If you're new here, definitely make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Go back and see parts 1 and 2 before watching this, obviously. And stick around not to miss the rest of the parts to this movie, as well as the sequel, which is coming out soon, apparently. So perfect timing. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into this. And I'll be seeing all of you guys on the other side.
The rest of my bags should be arriving shortly.
Do you really think this is fair?
Oh, I do not. I was promised a private suite. What? Oh,
What?
what?
I was just gonna close the door.
Oh, well, could you not? I'm sorry. I so enjoy air. Oh, I saved you some space, by the way. Here it is. That was you down there who made all that happen. I know it was.
You heard Madame Marble?
How did you do it? You know, I asked really nicely, and I saved you this whole
I don't
drawer.
know. I've never known. There. Enjoy the air.
Bruh, me and her just being lock sync, bro. I literally just, I was like, well, there goes your air. Like, oh, man, this is, man, it's so funny. Oh my goodness. It's very funny to me. It's also tragic, but also very funny. She's kind of getting that Cinderella treatment, just a little bit, She's like, oh, here's this little cot for you to sleep in the corner behind my wardrobe, by the way. Like all of my pink fluffy dresses are going to be the divider between your 2% of the room and my 98% of the room. Oh, and don't close the door though. Like, yeah, you stay here, but like also don't close the door. This is going to be a situation. And for all of you people in the comments who are like, oh, don't hate on Galinda. How could you hate Galinda? Oh my goodness. Like I'm very open about why and how I got here. Like I'm not one of those people who hold in why I think what I tell you all the time. Exactly. I don't know why it's confusing, why I feel that way. Although I do recognize from like the little flashback that they had at the end of part 1, the little montage is, I guess, that they had at the end of part 1, that these two will eventually go on to be close or something of that nature, which will probably in that process, I will end up liking Galinda. I got that, but I'm not there yet. Okay. You didn't see the whole thing. I haven't. This is all I've seen. So I'm going by what I've seen. And so far what I've seen is this here that is happening. She's more self-aware than I thought she would be though, because I didn't think that she would be self-aware enough to like realize that Miss Marble was kind of giving her the cold shoulder and basically not going to school her, tutor her, whatever. I don't know if she ever does. I don't know. We'll see. But so far, this is like very interesting. And I can already tell that like some hijinks are gonna happen due to this whole situation. So let's continue. But that was hilarious.
Guess what? I can't hear your guesses because this is A letter.
I know how much.
There's been some confusion over rooming here at Shiz. I'll rise above it, for I know that's how you'd want me to respond. There's been some confusion, for you see my roommate is unusually and exceedingly peculiar and altogether quite impossible to describe.
Blonde.
This is not supposed to be this funny, bro. Like, I swear it's not, but like, it's getting me every time. Oh my goodness. Blonde is crazy. Yeah, she's not that like, okay, I get it. She's peculiar. There's not green people in your world. Okay, whatever. Y'all be trying to justify in the comments like it's not crazy that they treat her like this over her pigmentation. But you know, whatever. I'm gonna reserve judgment of you, but I'm gonna keep judging them. She's not that hard to describe. She's green. She's green. I literally did it like 100 times in the last video. I won't take you through it again. But yeah, blonde is that was unexpected. Man. Oh, I did not expect this to be this funny to me. And I don't know if it's this funny to anybody else. Sometimes I have a strange sense of humor, but like this is all these jokes are landing for me. She called her dad Popsicle. That's crazy. Oh, okay. We're getting singing again. There was like this like weird, like, I'm not gonna call it a run-on sentence, but it just felt like a very, very long sentence without commas, at least in the subtitles, that Ariana did here. That was interesting. It was like half sung, part dialogue, part melodic, which was interesting because it wasn't like, I don't know, it just sounded different. I've heard semi-sung lines before, but like that one was very peculiar. Here, we're gonna go back a little bit. I say we're gonna go back. I go back after every time I pause. If you're on YouTube, you probably don't see that because like how much editing I have to do to even be able to get the video up on YouTube at all without them like trying to take down my channel. But on Patreon, you see that all the time. After every time I pause, I go back so I don't miss anything. Ah, man, this is so funny. She really said blonde. That's crazy. Oh, okay. All right, here we go. Oh, I didn't even talk. I got so caught up in the joke. I didn't even talk about how great their harmony was. Like, maybe I'll talk about it after. No, I'll just talk about it now. They so seamlessly fit together. Like, I was not anticipating that at all. Like, their harmony sounds like they've been in a singing group together for years. Like, just so, you know, it was almost to the point where it sounded like one person double tracking, like doing 2 vocal takes on top of each other. Like, that's how well they fit together. It's crazy. Yeah. And also, I know that like some people, one of the previous parts was saying that this was like sung on a soundstage live, which makes this even crazier because if you're not editing the vocal takes because they're live, I don't know that they didn't edit them in post, but just let me cook. If you're not editing the vocal takes and you have 2 vocalists with such distinct vocals fitting that well, singing simultaneously, that's even more impressive, in my opinion, than just being like a great singer on your own. It's very, very difficult, especially if you have a very unique voice, which I think both of them do, to fit that well with another uniquely sounding singer. Does that make sense?
Unusually and exceedingly peculiar and altogether quite impossible to describe.
That's why it was weird to me. It's not the whole word. Okay, I get it now. The melodic part that's interesting. So like, as she's talking, obviously, because she's trying to formulate how to explain to her parents that she has this like Martian for a roommate, she is talking her way through it, but the sung parts, the melodic parts are on the last syllable of the word, and it's like every other last syllable. So it's not like every word is sung at the end, and so that's why my brain was like, what is happening here? But it makes more sense as I listen back to it. It probably doesn't sound weird to you guys. You probably heard these songs a million times, but It was very like what is happening here to my brain. The first time I was listening to it, I was also reading the lyrics and whatever. The point is, I get it more now.
Blonde.
What is this feeling so sudden and new?
I felt the moment I laid eyes on you.
Does it have a name? Yes. Loathing, unadulterated loathing. Every little trait, however small, makes my very flesh begin to crawl. With simple utter loathing in such total detestation. It's so pure, so strong.
Interesting. Loathing, unadulterated loathing, or whatever the loathing part of the lyric there was. That was great. I really enjoyed that. The harmony on this is so tight. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying, but like, think of the other times that you've heard people harmonizing together. It's very distinctly sounded like two very different voices happening simultaneously. Okay, this is how I explain it. Most harmonies sound like when you're on the freeway or on a road and you have multiple lanes of traffic all going the same direction, but the cars aren't all driving the same speed. You know, they're all headed in the same direction, but they're not exactly the same. These aren't exactly the same, but they're so interwoven that instead of like a road, it feels like a thread almost. And so they're so intertwined that it feels like one whole thing. Does that make sense? I don't know if that's a great analogy, but my point is the way in which they are singing these particular lines is just so perfectly in sync that like my brain is like reeling from like how well they go together. And I was not anticipating that, because at no point prior to this, when they were singing, was I thinking, oh yeah, these two sound perfectly in sync. They both sound very distinct when singing alone and perfectly in sync when singing together. And that's just so weird to my brain. It sounds like I'm describing hearing a harmony for the first time. Obviously, I've heard people sing together. I've heard in this exact movie, we hear like a bunch of moments where people are singing together, but like, I don't know, something about their harmony here is just so seamless that it's like crazy to my brain. This part where they're going back and forth, if I closed my eyes, I could pick out the two of them, obviously. And I could do that with the harmony as well, but it's also, they're both meeting in the middle in a way. The way that Cynthia was singing in the previous part's last song, and the way that Ariana was singing in the part before that's last song, the first song in the movie, and then the second song in the movie, The Wizard and I, is so different to my ears from how they're singing here that it's like, y'all are different people. You know, like, I wish I could explain it better other than the fact that it's like blowing my brain at how they sound so different from how they sounded before and yet so together on this. I get that it's meant to portray that they are both in their own ways feeling this same sense of this situation is unfair. I don't like being around this person. I loathe them. The contrast between us is just too stark for us to find any sense of common ground. It's making this whole experience unenjoyable and difficult unnecessarily. I get that that's what they're both feeling, and that them harmonizing so perfectly is meant to encapsulate that. But it's also like they're so different, like in their expression of everything, the way in which they talk, the way in which they dress, the way in which they look, the way in which they act. It's all so contrasted that it's interesting. It's like if in the Wednesday TV show from Netflix with Jenna Ortega, where I'm now forgetting the girl's name. Oh my goodness. Her roommate in season 1, how they're just so different. It's like if they started singing and then like perfectly harmonizing, my brain would be like, what is happening here? Yeah, that's a good analogy, actually. That's very apt to what's happening here. I have to think of the girl's name because it's bugging me now that I can't. I see her face in my head, but I cannot think of her name for the life of me. Enid, that's her name. Okay, yeah, played by Emma Myers. Okay, anyway, you get the point.
Unadulterated loathing for your face,
Your voice.
your clothing. Let's just say I loathe it all, though I do admit it came on fast. believe that it can last. Loathing, loathing you my whole life.
She's a terror, she's a tartar. We don't mean to show a bias, but Galinda, you're a martyr.
These things are sent to try us.
Okay, where do I start? I really dislike all of the people at the school and their like choral harmony part also isn't great. It's my least favorite part of the song so far. The operatic kind of extra singing thing that she does right here, I am thinking that she sings that way for other people. Like that's like a part of her persona for others, because she doesn't sing like that at all when she's alone or when she's interacting with Elphaba. And so I'm thinking like that's like her, it's like a sign of her performative nature for other people. If that makes sense. Like her singing is literally performative. And that's very interesting. That like shows something about her character. Like even though she is very annoyed having to live with Elphaba, she's showing her truest self, her most genuine sense of being when she is not in front of all of these people who are accepting her. It's like she's living up to the image of what they see her as like this like perfect above it all being, and her singing reflects that. Whereas when she is having this contentious relationship with Elphaba in the suite or whatever in the room that they're staying in, you're getting the most like pure form of her, and in turn you're getting like a more, does that make sense? I don't know if you guys are like getting where I'm going with this. Things are being noticed. That's the point of this rant. I am noticing things that I want to see if they're developed on or if my theories are just theories, you know? I'm going to continue. I hate all of their stupid faces. I hate like their harmony, the way they're singing. I hate the things they're saying. I hate what they stand for. Everybody on screen right now who ironically isn't in pink is really irritating me just so much. Yeah, that's that. I loved I love their petty back and forth of, I'm gonna unplug your stupid pink nightlight. Oh, you're gonna unplug my nightlight? Okay, I'm going to bury you in all of my pink stuff. Oh, you're gonna bury me in all of your pink stuff? Well, I'm gonna turn it into a mountain of trash in the corner of the room. I'm here for this back and forth that they got going on here. It's very interesting. And also the singing in those parts are very interesting. The parts where the metaphorical thread unwinds and you hear like more distinct singing sections, or they go off and do like their own separate runs and then like sync back. It's interesting. I really, musically, this song isn't as good to me as like either of the last two songs, but the singing in this is like the most interesting so far. Not the most impressive. I think both of them have like done more powerful things vocally in their two individual songs. Well, technically Ariana didn't have an individual song because she had like all the munchkins were, you get what I'm saying? In their two respective songs so far, they both did more like vocally powerful things, but like I find the harmony and the parts in which they disconnect and do their own thing and then come back together. Like when they get really frustrated is when they start to do their own thing. Like they're chasing each other around the room, or I can't believe you just stacked all my stuff in the court. Like when they're like really, does that make sense?
Dear Galinda, you are just too good. How do you stand it? I don't think I could. Poor Galinda forced to reside with someone so disgusting can't find.
What is this feeling so sudden and new? I think the moment I laid eyes on you. Oh, what is this feeling? Does it?
Okay. Nobody else is gonna care about this, but I need to point it out because like I don't want y'all to think I'm smiling at her getting like, well, you should know by now. I'm obviously not happy. I'm talking, I don't even have the mic. Okay, I don't know if you heard any of that. I hope so. Okay, for the record, editing these videos is very difficult for me because like the levels on this are crazy. The songs are super loud. All of the like dialogue and everything is super quiet. Like, then I'm loud. It's a lot, okay? I'll be going through it when I be editing. So for y'all who be like, this be taking a long time, give your boy some grace, okay? Have some empathy for what I be going through, okay? I'm too broke to have an editor. And also, like, my editing style is like very, unique to me. That's not the point. Okay, let's go back. This right here, this little hip sway thing. Oh my goodness. I don't know. Wait, hold on. Let me see if I can figure out who this is. I think it's this black dude right here with the glasses. This little hip sway that he did right here.
What is this feeling?
Give my boy all the awards, bro. He killed that. That is great. Oh my goodness. Okay. Anyway, this chick literally has purple hair. Like that's fine. Purple hair, perfectly okay. Green skin, insane. Like, I think this is the first time she's not wearing black. This like little dress thing she got going on here is kind of black, but it's also like almost the same color as this person's butt. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the uniform. She's kind of in uniform, but like not all the way, but like also kind of in uniform. Whereas like Galinda is just pink. You know, like it's so stark. Bruh. Okay, I guess she's kind of in uniform too, but like not really. Not at all. I'm trying not to be bothered by this. Last video, I was very bothered by it, but like also. The point is, she's kind of wearing a uniform. Her outfit here is much closer to the school uniform than this. That's not even remotely close to all this that everybody's wearing. Even these like little sweater things. It's not closer to what Galinda is wearing than what Elphaba is wearing, which I find interesting because like the whole thing is that Elphaba stands out, but like she's making an attempt. An attempt was made. She's not wearing all black anymore. Although, admittedly, I think she looked way better before, but it's noteworthy to me that even though people are like terrorizing her and actively calling her a terror, she is still trying to semi-dress the part, whereas Galinda is content to just like be Galinda, I guess. Again, things are being noticed, okay? I'm gonna just keep saying that until later. You're gonna see. I'm like, well, I told y'all I noticed this and it got developed in some extra, or maybe it doesn't, and then I'll forget and then it won't matter. But right now, things are being noticed, okay? I'm noticing things.
My pulse is rushing, my head is reeling.
We love it all.
There's a strange exhilaration. It's so pure, so strong. And I will be loathing forever loathing you. My whole life
Okay, so that sounded like the end of the song. I don't know if it is. In the first part, I thought the song was over like 8 times, but it was all just one very long song. So we're going to pause right here. And I want to say that there is a section that is, I don't even know what to call it. It's not a belt, but it's like a delicately powerful note that they both hit in here. Beautiful. That U is a fire, my boy. The part with where they start to do the top line over the backing chorus of all of the other students at the academy, I don't know, at the school. Shiz University, there we go, at the university. I said that I hated all of the additional students' vocal parts. That's not necessarily true. It sounds much better when they're both harmonizing over the top line. Also, like, very impressive. You have a lot of things to balance sonically in that section, but I did not like that part where they first came in. It was like very jarring to me. Maybe if I went back and listened to it now, I would like it better, seeing how the song develops. But in the beginning, it was just not. I didn't like it, so I said so. But as the song continues on, very similarly to the first song. Now, I did not hate the ensemble parts of the first song, but as the song develops, it shifts into the background with Ariana singing over it. In this case, Ariana and Cynthia singing over it. It sounds better. Like as the actual harmonies become more complex and as the overall vocal delivery that we're getting becomes more dynamic with counter melodies and contrasting rhythms happening simultaneously, it just sounds better to me. Like it's more interesting to my brain, if that makes sense. So yeah, I wanted to just point out basically all of this part in here after they start fighting just becomes way more interesting to me. Basically, after they leave the cafeteria, all this part here is just like so much more interesting to me. Also, what university is this that they're doing like bow staff fighting and also magic school? And also like this is like the most Hogwarts looking room I've ever seen. And they're doing musical chairs and like there's a lot happening at this university. And so I'm trying to like keep up with like what what is Shiz University? What do they teach? What is a normal Shiz experience? Because I feel like we're not getting it because Elphaba's here. So like what's happening here? Also, what are their school colors? It's like peach and blue and gray, I think. Yeah, what is it? What is this? People who know like different color. Is that like salmon? What is that? Like I don't know what this color is, but it's some type of color that's not pink, by the way. It's not pink. I can recognize that. And this blue, which is also not the same blue that Elphaba's wearing. I thought she was wearing like a more, I don't know. There's a bunch of blues going on here, actually. We're off on a tangent. The point is, the university is interesting as we're seeing more of the university. We saw Elphaba talking to Miss Marbles. Miss Marble? I think that's right. Miss Marble. We haven't seen her doing any magic courses yet, but we've seen a bunch of other stuff that's been very interesting. So I'm very much sucked into this university and would absolutely watch an entire movie, not even following this, just about Shiz University, the movie. Bring it to me. I'll watch it.
All right, everyone, settle down, ladies and gentlemen, settle down. I am amazed to report some progress, although
Thank you.
some of us still tend to favor form over content, Miss Linda.
Wait, it's Linda? With a
Linda.
No. I don't see what the problem is.
Maybe the pronunciation of your precious name is not the sole focus of Dr. Dillerman's life. Maybe some of us are just different.
You already know what I'm about to say. I mean, he's a goat. So, you know, that makes sense. Not very understanding of all of you guys who are like, well, yeah, being a goat is normal. In their world, being green isn't normal. That's why they think, well, clearly not. Because she doesn't understand. He has a little speech impediment, okay? It's really not even an impediment. That's just a part of who he is. That's a part of his culture, okay? That's a part of who he is as a goat, okay? So, anyway, I kind of like that he's butchering her name. I'm not gonna lie. I like it. I like it. Yes, needle her some more. Do it. Annoy her. Anyway, very unwise to intentionally antagonize your professors. I mean, they do have the power of the pen, and not that any professor should grade you more harshly because they don't like you or because you don't like them. The reality is they're human. Well, okay, he's not human, but you get what I'm saying. Like professors, whether they should or should not, they do factor in how much they like you into how they deal with you. And that can affect things like your grades. And so I do not think it's wise to antagonize them over something small like your name. And this is coming from someone who has a very unique name. I've had my name butchered so much. And if you're like, wait, Amari's my middle name. Part of the reason my channel's name is Amari is because you also would be butchering my name. I've had my name butchered so much, like my whole life. I get that she has not had her name butchered, hence she's like, everybody else can pronounce, but like also it's not that big a deal. 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 You will live. I'm a living testimony of that. Well, it seems like the artichoke is steamed. I think I missed that. Anyway, artichoke, because she's green. Wait, artichokes aren't green. What the heck? Are they? Are artichokes green? Artichokes are totally green, but they're also purple in my defense. I wonder how many ways they're going to creatively find to call her green. Bullies are some of the most creative people on earth. Like nobody is ever more creative than a person who's trying to think of something new to roast you about. So, yeah, anyway, let's go back and hear Galinda's name get butchered again. I'm not even going to try to like repeat the little like goat thing that he did. Wherever the voice actor is for this person is like totally killed that.
Cut off his and feed it to the goats. No.
Anyway, sis is distraught. Like it's really funny because like everybody else is even more upset on Galinda's behalf. And I don't know if Galinda is just getting used to dealing with Elphaba or she is trying to like mask her frustration because like that's like the saintly thing to do. And like that's kind of her whole persona. But like everyone else is very perturbed by Elphaba in a way that even Galinda isn't anymore, which they're in less scenes. So it's like less annoyance stacked on top of each other. But like this face is unnecessary. Look at this dude right here. Like, come on now. None of these faces are necessary. Okay, her face isn't that. She looks like she's trying not to laugh. She's like, I'm on camera. This scene might be used in the movie. Let me not laugh. But for the most part, everybody else is just like so, like Galinda is extra. They're so extra.
It seems the artichoke is steamed.
Yes, we goats lack upper front teeth, which accounts for the mispronunciation, Miss Linda. Now, You may have noticed that I am one of the last animal professors here at Shiz. There have been some great changes throughout Oz with the rejection of animal culture. However, there was a time before you were born when life in Oz was different. When and why did this change?
From what I've read, the Great Drought.
Okay, excuse me.
Like, raise your hand.
Precisely. Food grew scarce. And when people are hungry and angry, well, then they begin to look for...
Someone to blame.
Yes, Miss Glinda.
It is Galinda. Galinda. And I don't see why you can't just teach us history instead of always harping on the past.
Because we cannot escape the past. The past helps explain our present circumstances. Who is responsible for this? Who is responsible for this? Class dismissed. I said class dismissed.
Okay. Now I feel bad because I totally went off on him being a goat and like everybody being cool with that. Apparently, I was wrong.
You're not just wrong, you're stupid. Now wait just a minute. And you're ugly, just like your mum.
They're also prejudiced against goats. Also, if you could think back to the first time you watched this and they discussed the Great Drought and why there aren't a bunch of animals anymore, did anyone else immediately think of what I thought of about when he said when people are hungry and why there aren't animals anymore? No? Just me. Don't judge me, okay? They was leading there. They're out here talking about people to blame. I thought they was gonna talk about people to blanch. Okay, anyway, yeah, that's messed up. Who do you guys think did it? I know you know already, but like this is a communal activity for me. I actually don't think it was Galinda, even though she is annoyed with him. I think it's the ginger dude, Bach, because who else would we literally don't know any other. We know the two minions. The two minions are the Asian dude and the blonde chick who isn't Galinda. Galinda, Nessa Rose. I'm hoping Nessa Rose does not have that level of bigotry in her, but given who her father is and who her both her parents are terrible, she might also be evil. I don't know. I'm just hoping that the children are good. I also don't think that it was Elphaba, though I do think she will get blamed for it because, of course, scapegoated. Oh, scapegoat. Ah, that's clever.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
I don't think it was Elphaba because Elphaba seems to really be resonating with him and his people's, his species, plight of discrimination and being othered in the same way that I am resonating with her. And so I don't see her doing that. Not that like people who are discriminated against can't then turn around and be discriminatory towards other people. In fact, it happens all the time because like finally it's my turn to be top dog and like punch down on other people. But I don't know. I don't see that in her. Her emotional expression, her facial acting in this moment is not giving, haha, finally, someone else under me, you know? This is interesting. I didn't see this coming at all. Like I was totally like, all you guys are clapping and like you saw it. You saw. I kind of went off on the goat. It wasn't on him. It wasn't his fault, you know? It's just like all y'all are treating the goat super normal, but apparently not. Bigotry is not exclusively reserved for pigmentation here. It's also reserved for species, extra species discriminatory behavior. Yeah, that sounds right. Okay, let's see what happens. I'm curious. This part is like a lot of stuff is leaving me speechless. That's ironic given how long this video is probably going to end up being, but like so much stuff is catching me and I'm just like, you know, like I was surprised when it flipped. Like I thought it was supposed to say that. And then his reaction, I was like, oh, you getting bullied.
You're a victim. Here we go, CSI.
I was not privy to the animal bully that's happening here. The Billies are getting bullied. Billy is a girl goat. I'm clever, bro. Give me like the video for that. Billy's bullied, Blanche. Come on now. The boy got the wordplay, okay?
That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT.
Anyway, we're gonna jump back into this. I'm very invested in this now because I also kind of discriminated against him in the I wasn't trying to discriminate against them, okay? I was just saying it's crazy that y'all got like murder birds teaching at y'all school and y'all worried about the girl who green. But apparently y'all ain't rocking with the animals either. So leave it to humans to be tribal to a very toxic degree. Yeah. Bruh looks so sad here though. Like, oh my goodness. Whoever did this VFX, like, pay them all the money. Give them all the award. I know it's past award show time, but like, bruh, look how sad I've never seen a goat look that sad in my life, bro. That's crazy. Anybody who's like ever been around goats though knows that goats are actually very expressive, like in their face. But this is a very sad goat. I feel bad for Mr. Goat here.
Miss Elphaba, you don't have to. Thank you. You're very kind.
Not bad.
Miss Elphaba, please. Go and join your friends.
It's all right. I don't have any friends.
Well, maybe one.
Random thoughts with Amari time. Okay, so he put his left hoof out, which means he's left-handed, which is very interesting.
Let him cook now. Let him cook. I said let him cook.
There are animals that are right or left-handed. Obviously, most humans are right-handed. I think it's like 90% of humans are right-handed.
That is correct.
There are some people like me who are ambidextrous. There are people like my dad who are left-handed, but most people are right-handed, right? I want to know if goats are right or left-handed. And you're like, wait, they have feet. They don't have hands. That doesn't make sense. But cats have feet and they don't have hands, and yet they're right and left-handed. I think like all boy cats are left-handed and all girl cats are right-handed.
That is correct.
Okay, now I have to research that too, so I'm relaying the correct information. So 1 second. Goats don't have a dominant hand like humans do, but they can exhibit a dominant chewing side. Most goats preferring to chew on the right side, and individual goats may show a preference for reaching with one leg. Most mammals generally have asymmetric brain hemispheres, and motor control research on goats doesn't show a consistent population-wide or even individual dominant preference for tasks beyond chewing. Goats can be left or right jawed, and most tend to prefer chewing on their right side. That's fascinating. You never clicked on this video and expected to learn about the dominant side of chewing from a goat, okay? But that's what your goat gives you, okay? That's why you click on these videos. Not really, but you're welcome. Yes, cats have a dominant paw. Similar to humans, have a dominant hand, which they use for tasks like reaching for food or climbing stairs. Research indicate that male cats generally favor their left paw, while female cats tend to prefer their right paw. Your boy is smart, okay? I'll be relaying good information in these videos. The reason this is relevant is because if he is left side dominant and he hit something on his left, generally speaking, you're more aware and also less clumsy on the side of your body that you are dominant with. So if you are right-handed, you're less likely to accidentally knock something off the table with your right hand because you have better motor control over that side of your body. So the fact that they made the point to show that he is left side dominant and he hit something on his left side was, in my opinion, further showing how emotionally frazzled he was in that moment. Like, of course, the knocking something off the table shows that, but it is further showed by it being from his dominant side. It goes to show that this kind of bigotry, discrimination, has more major consequences than just mean writing on the wall. And that he assumed that he would be safe from those consequences in class, in school, in a place where he is supposed to be revered, and yet he is still facing this backlash, which makes me think that my theory about them like eating the animals is maybe true and not just like they got banished. It said animals should be seen and not heard, which is like a really old discriminatory phrase against women. Like women should be seen and not heard, or like children should be seen and not heard. There's a lot of different types of discrimination being like pulled from here to make up this world that they have and the way that they're interacting with each other, which I find fascinating, which is why my brain went down the whole like left side, right side, animal dominant side thing. This is fascinating. I think Elphaba is very sweet. She is absolutely best girl. What is not to love about her? Okay, she's incredible. She's awesome. Other than like, you know, maybe shattering like all of the stuff in your house that's breakable, but like other than that, like, you know, just baby proof the house with like plastic items. So when she flips out, stuff doesn't break. But other than that, she's credible. Like she's so sweet. Okay. And also the fact that she became friends with the other like outcast professor, super sweet. I love her. I love her. I do. I'm be real with y'all. She's incredible. Cute.
Levitate the coin. It takes time. I hear there was an unfortunate disturbance in Dr. Dillerman's class today. That must have been so distressful for you.
I wish there was something I could do, because no one should be scorned or laughed at, told to stop jabbering and keep working.
Absolutely remarkable. Once you learn to harness your emotion, the sky's the limit.
Okay, another like kind of nerdy. I don't know. Is Avatar, The Last Airbender, is this nerdy? She kind of reminds me of firebenders. I compared her to Magneto in the last video, but she kind of reminds me of firebenders. And the advice that she's getting is kind of like Iroh, where it's like firebenders in Avatar, their passion, their emotion is what fuels their fire. And most of them use like hatred and like dark, strong emotions to fuel that fire. But like the most pure and controlled form of firebending ends up being like harnessing other positive emotions. I think it's like love is like the strongest of them. Whatever. It's something sappy and cute, but it's like basically harnessing your emotions is how you control your magic, your abilities. And that's what's happening here. And like clearly Miss Marvel was like kind of like goading her into getting emotional to like channel her abilities. But I just find it interesting that like she so far is only able to channel annoyance and also like an anger, but for others. Just now throwing the coin was for the goat dude, Dillerman. For the record, I get she is relating to him based off her own experience, but still she wasn't targeted in this instance. Flip out at the orientation was for Nessa Rose. The throwing the rocks was for Nessa Rose. This instance was for Goat Dude. Situation where she was a baby. I mean, she was a baby, so, you know, she couldn't really control it. Most of the times we've seen her use her power have been at the behest of someone else's misfortune or a situation related to someone else. And so that's been interesting. Like only when she broke the window in the room was that like something directly related to her. For the most part, she's able to like not flip out, not break stuff, not use her powers when other people are discriminating against her or when they're goading her. But when she sees other people being mistreated, and wow, man, I relate to this character way too much. When she sees other people being mistreated, that makes her a lot more upset than like when she herself is being mistreated. She's best girl, bruh. I love this character, bro, so much. That's where I'm supposed to stop, by the way. So yeah, my little rant at the end probably should have been saved for the outro, but I didn't realize that's where I was supposed to stop. So, outro time. That was great. I enjoyed that thoroughly. I love Elphaba, bro. Like, I ain't got nothing bad to say about her. I'm gonna be real with you. Glinda is also interesting. It's interesting to me that like she is gradually being like not the most annoying person in this, you know, and now it's starting to shift to like background characters who are being super extra. She seems to, I mean, she made like the little artichoke themed comment, but like they had like a little moment there, you know, like there was like a little smirk, like, okay, that was a good one, you got me, you know. That level of toughness also just comes from like being roasted a lot. Like there's like nothing you can say to me about my appearance that's gonna like make me, I come from a culture where people roast mercilessly all the time. Your family, your friends, everybody. That's how it is. You can't say nothing about me physically that's gonna make me feel no type of way, because I didn't heard it all before and I didn't said it. I got some stuff for you too, okay? That's how we are. And so I feel like there's a little something there, okay? They had a little moment in class right there after they done fought and toiled with each other. Okay, they got a little something going there. I seen it. Okay, but yeah, she's sweet. She cares about other people suffering, which like really she could just focus on her. Like she got enough going on that she don't have to be sympathetic for other people. She could just be like, woe is me, and like just be self-loathing all the time, but she's not. And so yeah, I love her. She's sweet. The little dynamic between her and Galinda is interesting. The little petty back and forth with like the room is like cute and funny. The song, I like this song. It wasn't, in my opinion, of the 3 songs that we've had so far, this is my least favorite of the well, technically there was like 2 songs in the last part. There's like the little like choir, the little Shiz University theme song. That's 4. That's not, it don't do nothing for me at all, okay? But of the 3 like main numbers that we've gotten so far, this is the one in this video was my least favorite of the 3, and yet I found it so interesting, like just the seamless nature of the harmonies. And also I really tried to take note of the moments in which they unthreaded the chord that made up their harmony to do different vocal parts. There was a part towards the end there on a U that was just so good. It was so good. Wasn't as belty or as powerful as the like killing notes in either of the previous 2 songs, but yet it was just really, it was smooth and it was clean. And so I really enjoyed that. Very precise singing in that song, which was just interesting to my brain. So anyway, this video is interesting. The plot is thickening, okay? We getting extra details about the world of Oz, which I'm enjoying. I'm wondering if Oz caused the Great Drought, if he initiated this bigotry, this animal hatred that's happening. I don't know, but I just know that Oz was a con man and a loser in the original Wizard of Oz, so I don't know how they will, like how he is spun in this version, you know? Does Elphaba ever meet Oz? I don't know. I got questions, okay? I know it's gonna take time for them to be answered. There's a whole second movie coming, so it might not even be answered in this movie. I don't know, but I got questions. So I'm letting y'all know these are when the questions are coming to me. So when they answered later, it's not like, oh, you just thought it. No, I've been had questions, okay? So, yeah, very interesting. I've enjoyed this process so much. Thank you so much for being here. Is there an artichoke emoji? I don't know. That would be a good emoji. Maybe a coin. There's a coin emoji for sure. Yeah, there's a coin emoji. Definitely make sure to leave a coin emoji in the comment section down below. I very much appreciate you guys being here. So if you leave that emoji, it will let me know that you watched until this point in the video. I can thank you personally in the comments. It also boosts the algorithm, lets the algorithm know that you enjoyed this video. They can share it out to more people. I can make videos more often because there will be more incentive to. So thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. Definitely make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share not to miss the other parts of this. We're going to keep trucking along, going to all of the different stopping points throughout this. We have a few more to go. We're definitely going through this faster than Hamilton, obviously. But yeah, thank you so much for continuing with me until this point in the journey. I've appreciated it so much. And I'll be seeing all of you guys here on the channel next time. Have a great day.
Neurotoxin, cytotoxin, given all its effects, it just can't be boxed in. It's so strong, I have to call it oxen, feel it deep in your veins like hemotoxin. Cytotoxin, myotoxin, it raises your hair, all over your skin. When music hits, it'll make your head spin, feel it deep in your brain like neurotoxin. I'm the Goliath, Leone on the scene. Feel the vibration, no stock of beans. Cut out the burrow, hit you with the turbo. Don't need a referral to know I'm mean. Why am I blue green? It's just a smoke screen. Helps inject cuisine like a new vaccine. You're shaking your denim when you feel this venom. Not talking black bile that comes from your spleen.